Hi guys, my name's Seb Tudor, I'm the man on the Silver Mountain, and welcome back to Torment Tides of Numenera. Now, we've just entered the heart of the bloom, or the passage to it, and we've got these predatory echoes over here, we've got another tongue cluster, which we might be able to take control of at some point, and then we've got this chap here called Venetian. So let's go and talk to him first. Venetian, the man before you, emanates gloom. His body is emaciated, and though he is quite tall, his hunched posture makes him appear shorter. The bags under his eyes are black and pouched, and his lips are almost comically downturned. Most of the time his body is nearly transparent, though he fades in and out of view. Terror describes every line in his body, every sidelong glance. As he sees you approaching, and flinches. With a shuddering breath he straightens, smooths his ragged clothing, and says, "I'm Venetian, hello." He's not like most of the others, perhaps because he just arrived. Okay, so how did you come to be here? I don't remember much. I was following someone I knew to help them, cut them. His fingers press into and through the side of his head, but he doesn't notice. A maw burst from the floor and I felt crunching. It was me. My bones, my body, but I'm still here. He stares through one of his transparent hands. Every day the bloom takes more of me. I'm fading away. There is no way out. I've been here long enough to know that. Okay? What can you tell me about this place? The Gullet, they call it. This is where the bloom's food is digested, where fear fades to despair, where we wait to dissolve or to die. I've survived longer than the others by hiding in shadows rather. The ones that fight each other are always looking for prey. He covers his eyes, but you notice they're still open and his hands are transparent. I've seen such strange things here, such horrible things. Like what? I spent a day watching a bulge move down the wall over there, he says, pointing. Thought it was a tumour at first, but then I heard it sobbing, begging for help. After a time, it dissolved into the wall and the begging stopped. Okay. Right, so let's go and take a look at this, because that might turn into a fight over there. A cluster of bloom tongues sway before you. These are much like the ones you encountered in the trade post, but this time the hissing and buzzing voices of the bloom are eager and impatient, worming their way into your mind. Somehow the bloom is trying to establish a connection on its own, without the aid of the amulet. You realise that the amulet granted you a measure of control over the voices, but now that control is gone. Let him in. The voices grow louder, slithering into the cracks and crevices of your brain, dragging forth memories that are buried deep within you. Pain lances through your head, white hot, as tongues fixate upon a memory and try to wrench it free. Let's let them have their way. Will it hurt? A great mountain shudders above you. A sickly green glow emanates from its peak, and all around you pilgrims make their weary way towards it. You recall seeing a star fall, blazing viridian in the night sky, and you knew it held an object of great power and you wanted it. But now, as you stand on its slopes, a sudden wave of revulsion overcomes you. Why are you here amongst these people? What do you have in common with them but a siren call of curiosity? You turn and walk away. You push through the crowd, worry building in your chest. Their blank stares tell you that you're making the right decision. A few kilometers later, you stop to catch your breath. The mountain rumbles again and it overflows with a pus-like lava, a wave of pestilence that overwhelms the crowd. The mountainside is still for a moment, and then you see the erstwhile pilgrims burst from the muck and form into military formations. Whatever becomes of them, you'll be no part of it. The memory ends and the bloom tongues sag drunkenly against each other, sated by their feast. You may be able to seize control of them now, but you sense that it will be more difficult without the amulet. We'll give it our best shot. There you go. You reach across the barrier that separates your consciousness from that of the tongues. They try to resist, but your mind is stronger and you silence them. As long as you maintain your connection, they are yours to command. This cluster of tongues is tiny. Locus. Blah, blah. Okay, so try to sense out what's happening in here. The root of these tongues extend, or roots of these tongues rather, extend beyond the limits of this chamber, where they are joined by countless more, twisted and knotted together. They chitter and screech in a million little voices, snaking down towards something else, a vast, unfathomable presence that subsumes them all. A great pounding noise rises from the place where they converge, lighting up all the nerves in your body with every thunderous beat. Whatever it is, it's very close. Okay, well, let's get rid of the combatants. Listening with the alien perceptual organs of the tongues, you cast about for the chittering of nearby moors. At last you find one. It's locked away inside some dark cyst stranded in the depths of the bloom, lost and forgotten. You force some of the slumbering bloom voices in this chamber to call out to the Moor, and its own set of voices responds. Understanding your intent, the Moor opens a portal to on top of the battling shades, sucking them away and spitting them into the isolated cyst where it dwells. They won't find their way back for some time, if ever. Okay, we don't need to go back, so that'll be us done. We're still okay. Right, so we've got stuff over there. What's this? Walls composed of half-formed organs, pulsating arteries. Okay. Well, we've got something over here to loot, so we'll go and steal stuff. Ooh, disruption blade. Nice. We might need to take a. It's a Murden. We might need to take a look at some point when we're able to like get hold of. I'm not sure. In fact, I don't think we can use those at all. Can we? No. So it'd be nice if we could, but such is the way of things. What do you guys have? Can you? So she could use it, but she has the trans-dimensional scalpel as well, anyway, and she's better off with light weapons. She's the same as me, and then he's better off with heavy. Like Tibir would probably make good use of that, but we'll have to take a look when we get back to it. But we've also got those mere casters. I've not forgotten those. Let's talk to this Murden. The down of this Murden is patchy and streaked with its abhuman blood. Glassy eyes filled with hatred stare at you, and its beak dribbles foam. It cradles a ragged bundle fiercely to its chest. As you approach, the Murden blasts a field of static into your mind. You involuntarily step back, unable to get any closer to the creature. Unlike other Murdens you've encountered, the mental blast of this one is not just annoying, it's actually painful, or actively painful. The Murden is clearly in a feral, desperate state. Its glassy eyes suggest delirium or madness. Perhaps this is somehow intensified. This has somehow intensified its psychic abilities. How did you get here? Murden shakes its head angrily as if to show that it doesn't know and doesn't care. It spits and hisses, warning you not to come any closer. What's the bundle you're holding? Waving you away, the Murden clacks its beak and hisses in agitation, then clutches the ragged bundle even tighter against its body. Yeah, we should be alright with that. No? Huh. Well, alright then, we'll spend some points on that. I think we've still got a thing that heals intellect. The Murden's mental shrieking batters your mind, but somehow you're able to overcome the pain and step close to the Murden. You can reach out and touch it from here. The Murden's beak opens and closes, snapping at you in desperate attempt to hold you off. With one hand, it tries to conceal its cloth bundle behind its back. Let's knock it unconscious. You hold the creature by the greasy down of its neck and deliver a quick punch to the base of its skull. Its static field immediately dissipates and the Murden goes limp in your hands. It releases its grip on the bundle, and let's take a look at what it is. A synth egg. You unwrap the ragged cloth. It's a quest item. Ragged cloth bundle that the Murden was trying to hide from you. Inside you find an egg-shaped object of pearly white synth. When your hand brushes against it, you hear cheerful music. You also find something that looks like an adorably fuzzy head mounted atop a metal cylinder. The head is alive and appears to be dozing. You take both items. Oh. Search the Murden again. No. Okay. Thanks.
All right.
Oh, hold on. I want to use the item. This is a rectangular device with the likeness of a furry feline-like creature's head at one end. It may be some kind of toy, or the device grows warm in your hand, and with a wide yawn, the creature opens over large eyes and gazes up at you with a love-struck awe. With twin clicks, the outlines of long, slender, four-fingered hands protrude from either side of the device. What's your name? Charming little thing. Can you speak? Creature purrs deep in it. Okay. Examine the device. You turn the device over and examine the casing. The creature coos with interest at the sight of the floor. On the bottom, opposite the head, you find a carving of a stylized sun with a hole at its center. You don't recognize the symbol. However, you can tell it's the maker's mark or something. You can't tell if it's the maker's mark or something else entirely. Okay, squeeze the hand. Pastel blue candy. You pinch the hand against the side of the device. The creature says. Its eyes widen. A tiny bulge moves up its tinier throat. Blarf. It spits out a rectangular tablet with a tiny poot. You pick up the object. It smells of fruit and makes your skin tingle. You look back at the creature. It says, its eyes darting between the tablet and your mouth. Apparently, you're supposed to eat it. Well, this thing is adorable. But we'll put you away for the moment. And we'll take a... Where is the... No? Do I need to squeeze the protruding hand again? Heals 30 points of health and increases intellect by 1. No, I'm not. No, we're not taking them apart. Where is that though? Oh. Well, hold on. You're. You, yeah, okay, you can have one, and then she doesn't have anything yet, and she's the one that keeps getting beaten up. But that's amazing. Heals 30 and gives us intellect. I'm keeping that. That's an adorable little creature that we're just keeping hold of from now on. Screw you, Murden. Okay.
Go.
So what else have we got? So we've got a thing there, we've got, what's this? A bloom cluster of tubes sprout around the floor. One of them, thinner than the rest, has developed a leak. Valve juices flow energetically into the pool. Okay, so that stopped the flow there.
All right.
What can we do over here? Okay, so we can't do anything with that yet.
On it.
Can we do anything over here? This looks interesting. Oh, so we can... Now we're out of speed as a result of critical success. Stat pool spent on effort restored. Oh, that's nice. The egg is almost exactly the right size to shove into the orifice. You force it into the opening, spraying bloom juice in all directions. It hisses and burns when it hits your bare skin, but you ignore the pain, shoving the egg deeper in till the flow stops. The sphincter convulses once or twice, but your makeshift seal holds firm. Okay. Let's actually have a chat with this guy, because it means that there's going to be something in either of the other directions that will probably help. Despair lines the face of this ghostly figure. His aquiline features are clean and strong. His head shaven, his eyes empty sockets are bleeding, but they turn to you. Hello, I'm glad you're here. Kill me, please. He looks substantial. Could he have arrived here without being eaten? What happened to your eyes? I don't know. I came here too long ago, and the memories are the first thing the gullet takes, then hope, then the senses. All I know is that I've been here a long, long time. Why are you standing here? Listening? It sounds like a heartbeat, doesn't it? It does. It sounds like peace. You ever think that standing near this thing is what makes you want to die? Perhaps, or perhaps it's the fact that I'm trapped here and I'll never ever escape until I'm dead, but have no fear, I'm not giving myself to whatever is down there. I've seen what happens to those who throw themselves into those waters. They're torn apart, but they don't die, they live on as part of the bloom. We hear them weeping sometimes or screaming. Why do you want me to kill you? Why do I want you to kill me? Are you completely blind? Look around you. Look at this place. Do you think I want to dissolve here? The bloom is eating me, digesting me, and I'm stuck in its gut. What life is left for me? I'm already dead. Anything would be better than this. What happens if I kill you? Then I die. I disappear. The bloom gets no more of my essence. Whatever afterlife may await us is my reward. If you don't, I'll be here, fighting despair, listening to the weeping of the others and trading hopeless words until I fade away. Shouldn't be so willing to throw your life away. Really, my life is over, stranger. The bloom is digesting me and I can't escape. You're a stone in the bloom's gut. Pretty way of looking at it, but it's also a lie. No one fights here. We're just waiting to die. Okay, well, I'll try and kill you with a normal weapon. Do I look as if that might work? Alright, it was worth a try. Fine, we'll just, like, take you out with the trans-dimensional dagger. There we go, right. There's fighting going on in the other direction, so let's go take a look over here for... Oh! Ah, Artaglio. A washed-out, somewhat insubstantial Artaglio bulls towards you. The boozy cheer has vanished from his red and blotchy face. Now he's a study in fury. Though he seems ghostly, hardly a physical threat, he radiates an impalpable heat. You bastard, you utter conniving bastard. You tricked me into letting the bloom devour me, and now I get to watch it siphon away the parts of me that were best. I should have known better than to trust a cast-off. Make this right. Go on. Do it now. I had no choice, Artaglio. No choice? You had plenty of choice. You didn't have to open them all, but you did. You did, and you fed me to it. Just like a cast-off. Just like all your accursed kin. I can't believe I listened to him. I was the one with no choice. Really? Seemed like something you wanted. I wanted to help you. Needed this? You call this help? You sanctimonious word slapper. Throws himself at you, howling, and for a moment you see the man who was a hero of so many battles in his youth. You throw up your hands to defend yourself, but this isn't the physical attack. His body passes through you, and you can feel him inside your mind, worming his way into your heart, into the heart of your being. You feel his angry presence awaken in the labyrinth. He's achieved a kind of immortality there, or at least a new lease on life. Ironic that a cast-off should grant it. Ow! God damn it. Okay, so we got some more bloom tongues. We've got a dude over there. We've got some kind of mermaid-like automaton. Got that, but we've also got, well, we've got loot, so we'll get the loot first, and then I want to help Calesthesia's Echo. Well, I thought I had seen the last of you, Cast-Off. We cannot feel your presence anymore, sister, but we can find a way to help you rejoin us. The knowledge you gained in your passage through the moor, it could be invaluable to our understanding. You sacrificed me, and now you ask me to return to your hive? Gods no. Despite knowing what the bloom has taken from me, I am far more content here than I would be rejoined with all of you. Are you certain that you are the same Calesthesia who was drawn in by the bloom? Perhaps you're a ghost excreted and stripped of our essential truth. No true Calesthesia would refuse to contribute to our knowledge. Ah, comparing me to feces. Well played, sister. Is it so difficult for you to believe that I choose not to continue in your mad, desperate, foolish quest for immortality? The bloom may have taken many aspects of our life away from me, but I remember well the belief that you have a great destiny, and you and the other schemers who echo through realities, you commit atrocities and justify them in the name of your destiny. Well, I choose not to participate. I would rather rot here. Then rot here, pretender. I imagine that you have uncovered great meaning in your sacrifice. But know this. We will not remember you, and will not mourn you. We will not miss you. Ask your questions of this thing, Cast-Off, and then let us move on. What was it like being eaten by the bloom? Horrifying. It stripped away my sense of self and rebuilt me. I am the real Calesthesia, or a real Calesthesia. Snatched away from my true world, but something is missing. I feel a lack. The lack, like a missing tooth, but I cannot tell you what is gone. What are you doing here? You may recall that you convinced my sisters to sacrifice me to the moor. I was eaten. My memories of that time those memories are mine. And so, in answer to your question, allow me to tell you in the most direct terms. I am being digested. My sisters sacrificed my life for their own amusement. It was luck of the draw, sister. I don't recall you objecting as we decided whether or not to offer one of us. You must feel some measure of guilt in that matter. Did you think I condemned the choice? I merely offered an observation. I was prepared to be amused. It was just my ill luck that I became the butt of the joke. Okay, do you want to rejoin your sisters? Never. It should tell you something that I would rather be devoured with full knowledge that my mind will be subsumed into the bloom than to return to that life. You were among those who resented being drawn into our particular nexus in the first place. I am unsurprised by your answer. We are stronger without you anyway. That's a little mean, Calesthesia. What will you do now? Why, I will stay here. I will consider my life, my actions, and my future, and in the meanwhile, no doubt, the bloom will absorb more and more of me until all that remains is willing to cast itself further into the bloom. I will become part of the bloom, immortality of a sort, I suppose. Do not return to me, please. Come, Cast-Off, I would have some words. I find myself in a difficult situation. I am unaccustomed to opening myself to others, but I require reassurance when faced with an argument presented by myself. Are we truly as terrible as she claims? Are we truly monstrous? The worth of your life can only be measured at its end. You decide what. See, now we don't still don't entirely know all of the things that she's done. But I don't think they're monstrous. I think they're just human. They make good decisions and bad decisions, even if they're working in kind of concert and council. So we'll go with that one. That is a relief to hear, my friend. I find that I value your opinion more the longer we associate. For my part, I shall endeavour to make my choices worthwhile. Good, that's all I could really ask, right? You, as I said, you're mortal, you're human. I mean, I'm immortal, and there's still not much that I can do. Right, let's take a look at this first. At first, you're not sure what you're looking at. It seems to be an enormous suit of metal armour, or perhaps some sort of exploration suit. It's large, at least twice the size of an ordinary human, and its limbs and joints are completely foreign to you. Even if you could somehow find a way inside, you'd have to contort yourself in ways the human body was never meant to bend. It has a visor or a faceplate at its top. Her echoes look back and forth at one another, and Calestige smiles. It's a Viveric armature pet, isn't it? Who knew that we could find such a thing here? At your glance, she continues. The learned and the lucky have found these suits throughout the world. None know their purpose, but they carry some impressive devices, if you know how to extract them. Examine the suit more closely. Strange metal of this suit looks as if it could survive the cold of an interstellar void or the depths of the impossibly deep sea. When you push on it, it gives a little and expands by the same amount. The bloom flesh around the suit is puffy and irritated, almost infected. It seems the bloom is trying to absorb the suit into itself without much success. There are a number of tools and strange devices attached to the suit's right hand. You might be able to extract one or two of these if you're careful. Look inside the faceplate. Some visitant lived inside this suit, a creature with multiple eyes scattered across its face, based on the skeletal remains you can see inside. At least you assume they're eye sockets. They might have been some sort of other alien orifice. Oddly, the creature had no visible mouth or jaw. Okay, let's... spray sealant. Ooh, for the last thing. Awesome. Most of the attachments are broken and corroded, but one spray canister, once you detach it... Should we try again? Yeah, why not? It's a couple of points. We'll go for it. We don't use speed much anyway. A sealant orb. That's also a quest item. Awesome. So hold on. We got spray sealant, which is a quest item, and a sealant bomb. So we've got some options. Let's go and hold on. Wait.
Let's go.
Wait. What was this? Oh, we can slip inside the... You glance over at Calestige. She raises her hands in silent, yielding acceptance.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. That's fun. That's a lot of fun. Okay, let's go and talk to Decor then. Wiry young man wears drit-stained, ragged clothes, carries a wicked, jagged knife. Wet blood still stains its blade, though you see no evidence of bodies or victims. He sees you and his mouth works in an instinctive but passionless snarl. As his gaze shifts away, he sighs deeply, his voice is flat and effectless. I'm the life-taker Decor. You're in my territory. That's how it used to go, right? Get the words right, maybe the rest will come. The Gullet is your territory? I've marked it out. I've walked its paces. I know its contractions and its convulsions. Yes, mine, all mine. His confident mouth goes slack, though, hanging open at the end of his words, as though they were the only thing giving it shape. Do you mean to threaten me? I mean... He thinks deeply, apparently unaware of the answer, as if he has been going through the motions for so long that he can't recall the reasons for them. Yes, I could threaten you. More than that, I could push you to the ground and chop you apart like all the others. But it wouldn't matter, would it? Not anymore. Why demand a thing I won't use? Because that's how it's done, I suppose. You want to kill me? Try. Why bother? What's going on? Who's going to know? What good would it do? You called yourself the Life Taker. What does that mean? I kill people. I protect my territory. They feared me. The places where I walked, where I marked, they feared me. He trails off, muttering to himself. Does anyone fear me now that I'm gone? Do I care if they do? Never heard of him. Whether that means he's no one or he's been here that long. How did you get here? I came to the Bloom to kill an old friend. I followed him deep into the vast and winding ways of this fell beast. He led me through a narrow vein, and then a maw took me. Bit down, chewed and chewed, and this is how Decor dies. Not at the hands of a mob or on the ends of the levy's blade, no. In the gullet of the Bloom, the biggest predator of them all. Tell me about the gullet. People dwindle here. Like candles or starving men. The Bloom eats us bit by bit until only the despair is left. Then we sink into the Bloom or throw ourselves into the whirlpool, or the more takes us, or so we wait, we sleep, we try to stay ourselves. Where is the more you mentioned? In these walls, in the floor, somewhere nearby waiting, and it doesn't eat flesh or fear or murderous rage, no, it eats despair, and it waits until we're full of it. Full to bursting. Okay, well, we've got everything else here, so let's, I mean, the more is probably there, so let's let these guys in. Let's let them feed, ow. The pain grows sharper. What are we going to remember this time? You're in the heart of Tabat territory. The ceiling of their underground city is so high that you can barely see its curves, but the flickering illumination on the carvings there make a ghastly show. Demonic figures disport among the bodies of fallen enemies, atrocities shouted down from the heavens. But this is not what you're here for. You're here for the Underspine, their god and slave, a massive machine intelligence that guides them through their rituals. You're hovering near a great bulk of the machine, placing your detonations around the torus like its torus of its center, and you think your stealth has been exemplary, but a pinhole spotlight centers on you and a focused beam of sound strikes your ears. The processing and memory retention cells are higher. If you wish to destroy me utterly, place your explosives there. And then a small whisper, thank you. Memory ends and the Bloom tongues sag drunkenly against each other, sated by their feast. Take control. No? Okay. See, now they're only going to keep taking memories and things. I don't want that to happen just yet. So let's go and take a look around here and see what's happening in this place. So we've got more predatory echoes. Can we go any lower? No. Okay. But we need to get... There's a thing to use somewhere over here, I think. No? Lots of stuff to look at, but... Oh, there's loot over there. Body there that we can go and interact with. You come upon a familiar scene. More semi-transparent figures are locked in combat with one another, face twisted in mindless rage. They seem to sense your presence and turn to regard you. This one is not like us. He was not eaten by the great devourer. He is here for our pleasure in these... No, he is here for our pleasure in these final hours of our lives. She raises a weapon and comrades do the same, baring the teeth and hissing like that animals, because of course they do. So the others were Go for it. Lay waste. So he's stealth, did he? Oh, they're all ganging up on Eratis. How many are there? 3, 5. Okay, so we're gonna come here.
Yes.
I hope that this won't hit Eratis. Let's just apply 1 for the moment.
Barely hurting it.
Oh god, it did hurt him. Whoops. Calestige, I need some more artillery. Let's not get him in it, and let's just fry them, shall we?
You are no match for me.
How are they? Did I get one of them? I got one of them. Okay. So you're gonna come round here and stab him up with your transdimensional dagger. Oh, so he died. That's fine. Where's the other dude? The stealthed one. So he's still hidden for the moment. Okay, so he's gone. Let's end his turn. Oh! So I'm gonna need to heal him. And then Calestige can yeah. Calestige can use this on him.
You are no match for me.
Then we'll have Matt Keener stores health, infuse weapon, warp dash to here. Do it.
It's not working. Try something else.
Okay, well then just stab him up. And now, hopefully, Eratis can finish off the job. Oh, not quite. But what else can you do? Nothing at the moment. Oh, there we go. That worked. Crisis concluded. Awesome. Right, let's pick up some of this loot then, shall we? Apparently they all had axes. Let's come over here and walk back. Shins.
Go.
Another axe. Another axe. Okay, so we've got this corpse over here that we want to come look at. Please. There we go. This dead woman bears numerous stab wounds, probably inflicted by the predatory echoes that seem to infest the gullet. Judging by the scrawled maps and notes that are stuffed amongst her things, she may have been an explorer or a bloom guide. Looks as though her belts and pouches are mostly intact. Search the corpse. An obedient rope. Okay. You kneel... Oh, we're going to have to use that to crawl down into the thing, aren't we? You kneel down next to the corpse and let your trained eyes rove across her body. Blah, 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 blah. 15 meters long piece of rope and some money. Cool. But then we've also got something over here. I think... What's that? Blackstone rings and an injector. Okay, that's cool. Right, so before... I think that's everything in here. Yeah, I don't see anything else. Before we go back down there, we want to come back and just rest again so that Eratus and I can get our points and health back. And then I find it entertaining that it's always Calestige that I'm glancing over at. But there you go. Cool. So that's that done. So now we want to come over here and use sealant somehow. I'm going to use the spray for the moment because I'm wondering if the bomb might be useful later. Right, now I also want to just try, before we go anywhere else, whilst we've still got this place to rest, I want to try this again. So let's allow it to feed again. What memory this time? You materialize into a damp green corridor. Your silver skin is quiescent. No energy bolts fire at you. No invisible beams bathe you in their radiation. The data that flickers to your visor tells you that the air is cold and stale, and the nearby power signature operates at a trickle. The installation is on standby. You synchronize a surveyor orb with your suit and hurl it down the hall. Real-time mapping information appears in your visor. You begin the long journey to the command station. You contemplate as you walk. This would be a fine place to start afresh, perhaps free from the sorrow's reach. No, it has always followed you through time between worlds. A few kilometers would mean nothing to it. A door irises open into a cavernous, shadowy room. You stride to the control panel. Alien letters and holograms flicker to life as you regard it. You smile. You've always been good with languages. This station is as good as yours. It's your library, your repository, your salvation. See, now, the other thing that the focus on the source of the whispers. Force the Maw to reveal itself. Okay, so commune with the Maw. You can sense the mind of the Maw, old and patient and strong. Lines of psychic energy emanate from it. It whispers have a cruel, dismal edge. You sense long millennia in the dark, feeding upon half-digested leavings of other Maws. Okay, well we've got it there now. So there's that. I think that's possibly going to be our kind of way forward. But let's go take a look over here first, because we took a little bit of damage, but we're okay. Now that you have entirely blocked the liquid that drained into the pool, you've revealed a human-sized hole at the bottom. A drumbeat, like a colossal heart, sounds from the below, echoing through the gullet. The sides of the empty pool are slick and steep, descending to a gaping hole. You should be able to slide down the fleshy walls and into the chamber below. Tie the obedient rope off. There we go. You grasp the rope and we go down. Abacos. Corpuscular Maws. Yeah, this looks decidedly like a heart. In a way. Tongue clusters everywhere, doors to open, and these things in the middle here. We're going to want to be careful, because unfortunately we have to go through this room, but there we go. Then again, is that the abacus that we freed earlier? So that might be a thing. But do you know what? We're going to save quickly now, and I think I'm going to... There we go. I think I'm going to end this one here, guys. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the video tomorrow. Take care. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, then please drop us a like, share this video, and subscribe for more. And I'll see you in the video tomorrow. Take care.